Wow. Happy Monday. Oh my gosh. I literally had to wait until 9 p.m. at night because I couldn't do a live video without sweating profusely. Like, when did it become so hot all of a sudden? I am not complaining. But I think actually, is anyone here on from the West Coast, like up in Seattle right now? You guys are having a heat wave. It's literally, anyway, it was so hot today. I couldn't even think straight. So my morning live turned into my evening live. Thank you for being here. 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Hopefully it's a little bit earlier where you are and not so late and not so hot. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the ladder of opportunity today. So as you guys jump in, come say hello. I'm going to see if I can see comments as you guys comment. So if you don't know me, my name is Gwen, and I am on a mission. My purpose in life is to help women create a life that they don't feel like they need to take a vacation from. Do you know what that means? It means that we are completely and totally 100% in love with our life, that we created it. We didn't have to fall into it was created for us and now we just check the boxes. Like, we actually get to design our life. I'm on a mission for women to realize that they have that opportunity, that they have a voice, and that they already have what they need within them. So I wanted to talk about something called the ladder of opportunity. And when I saw this visual, it made so much sense for life. And I'm like, I'm going to use this forever and ever. And it's going to be in my book. So I'm going to introduce it in my book to you guys. But I wanted to talk to you about it here because, again, mind blown. All right. So there's this really cool thing about being a little kid. So I've got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. I don't know if you guys have kids. Hopefully you can relate to this. I think you can. But for example, here's the ladder of learning. It has 4 steps. At the very bottom step, this is step 1. It is called unconscious incompetence. And all that means is that you are completely unaware. You don't know what you don't know. Now, this is going to help you advance in life and business. So stick with me on this example. First step, unconscious incompetence. And it is step number 1 on the ladder of opportunity. And all that means is, for example, my kids are 6 and 4. They don't know that they don't know how to drive, right? They get in the car, they get escorted places. They have no idea that they don't know how to drive. They're completely unconsciously incompetent about driving. But pretty soon they will realize, like, oh, I guess I couldn't just hop in the front seat and drive myself somewhere because I don't know how to drive. So when you go from step 1 of I don't know what I don't know to exploring a little bit, you take a step up to step 2. And step 2 is conscious incompetence. So now you know that you don't know how to drive. And you're like, okay. Well, I didn't even know that I didn't know how to drive before, but now I know that I don't know how to drive. That's step 2, conscious incompetence. Okay, you're aware of it. You know that you don't know how to do something. Step 3 is that you are consciously competent. And that means that you are now wanting to learn how to drive. So, your kid gets older and they're like, okay, well, now I want to learn how to drive. Now I already know that I don't know how to. And so I'm going to start taking the steps on how to drive, but I'm not going to be that good at it right now because I'm just learning. And if you guys remember, like, driving with your parents when you first learned how to drive, right? They were probably like white knuckling the sides of the car. I think my mom didn't drive with me for that specific reason. And my dad did all the driving with me when I was learning. So step 3 is when you decide, I'm going to start learning how to do this thing. And that's when you start to learn how to drive the car. Step 4 is now unconsciously competent. So this is funny. You have now learned how to do the thing. You spent the time learning to figure it out. And now you could do it in your sleep, right? If you're here and you're around my age or older, like, you could drive in your sleep. You could get in the car right now, unconsciously competent. You know exactly how to put the gas to the floor. You know how to brake. You know how to turn. You know how to put your signal on. You have gone through the entire step, the ladder of learning. You're on step 4. It is the highest level, unconscious competence. Now, that doesn't just relate to driving, because what happened to me is I didn't know that people were creating their own life. I didn't know people were designing their lives. I didn't know people were dreaming about things and making goals and achieving them. I was literally, even though I had been through 8 years of school, 4 years undergraduate, 4 years in graduate school, I had worked in a job, professional job, I didn't know that it was possible to design my life. I was unconsciously incompetent. I didn't know what I didn't know. And that is, I think, the problem with 80% of opportunity that comes our way. We just have absolutely no idea because we haven't moved outside this box that society has put us in. We didn't even know that we could think outside the box. We didn't even know that options were out there. Like, I didn't even know that I could go to college and decide what I wanted to create out of my career. I thought I had to pick from the list that my guidance counselor provided me. Oh, you want to go to UMass Amherst? All right, cool. Here's the list of minors and majors, and this is what you're going to choose from. I didn't know that I could choose something else with my life. I didn't even know that college wasn't an option, meaning like I didn't know people were successful even if they didn't go to college, right? I was unconsciously incompetent. But what I saw not shortly after that was this community of women, and this is when I got started in network marketing. I bought a product because I wanted to better my life. And it's like a window or a door peeked open. So many people will say, like, I will never buy from a network marketing company, and they just really have literally no idea. But if I hadn't bought from a network marketing company, that window door wouldn't have creaked open just a little bit so I could see inside. And what I saw inside was a community of women who were dreaming their lives, who were desiring for more, who were desiring for something different, who were actually doing it. They were making an income that I didn't even know was possible. And they were also making an income with something that they had decided was their purpose, with passion. But if I had stayed on level one, on step one on that ladder my whole life, I wouldn't even know that that was possible, and I wouldn't even be here today. So what I want you to think about, if that makes any sense at all, what I want you to think about is, where are you on the ladder of opportunity? Do you have complete closed doors to maybe an opportunity that would allow you to step up to the next level? What can you open a door and peek into to see what's going on and be like, okay, I don't know, for example, I don't know about investing. I know it's there, right? So you're not unconsciously incompetent about investing. You're probably consciously incompetent. You're at step 2. You know it's there, but you don't know how to do it. So you can remain there, or you can choose to move up the ladder. And what happens when you choose to move up the ladder? You increase your wealth. You increase your competence. Now you have a level of understanding. Now you can actually invest, and then you can turn around and teach other people, like your kids and the next generation, to invest. So do you see where we can get stuck at level 2? Because most people never move from level 2. They never move from consciously incompetent and move on. They're like, oh yeah, I don't know how to do that thing. Okay, cool. Most people never move from that spot. So what can you take in your life where you are at step number 2? You've climbed the first step. Now you know, where you didn't know what you didn't know. Well, now you know, but you're not competent in it. How can you take that and move it to something that you can be competent in, where you can start learning and then change the trajectory of your whole life just because you moved from step number 2 to step number 3? I'm telling you, 90% of the world will not move from step number 2 to step number 3. You have the option to do that. And what can that provide for you in your life and in your business? Can you get really clear on where you want to go and what you want to do? Can you create a life that you absolutely fall in love with? Can you design a life that you desire just by moving from step 2 to step 3? I cannot wait to have that visual for you guys in my book so that you can literally plan it out. Like, what in my life is stopping me? Where am I not choosing to learn about something so that I can advance to the next level? So I'm curious, when you guys listen to this, where are you on the ladder? Is there something that you wish you knew more about? Or maybe you're just at step 1 and you're like, I don't know what I don't know. Give me some more information. Let's chat. Right? About anything that can advance you onto step 2. What do you want to do with your life? Oh, you want to sell your house and live on a boat? What do you know about doing that? If you don't know anything about doing it, you can never advance to the next step. So you've got to start climbing the steps, and they're slow and they take time, but it's always worth getting to that top step where you are now unconsciously confident. You could do it in your sleep. Those things are your expertise. Those things are your zones of genius. Those things are the things that people come to you for because they want to learn from you. And those things are the things that advance you in your life where you are and help you design a life that you desire. So I would love to hear from you guys where you are in your ladder of learning, where you want to be. And if you're just not sure, let me know. Because the women who have come together in our Facebook group called Inspired and Ready for More, which is just our free community of women who are like, I'm ready for change. Like, I'm ready to level up my life. I might not know exactly where or how, but I know I don't like where I am, or I don't like this one little part of where I am, and I want to change it. So if you're not in there, come join those women, because that will set you up to move from step 2 to step 3. And then step 3 to step 4. And then you're at the top of that ladder of opportunity, and you can like see the world and you can design the world. So I will see you at Inspired and Ready for More. If you have questions about the ladder of learning, let me know. I hope you guys have an amazing Monday,